Hello there, and welcome to the Outside Film Podcast, where we talk film, TV, games, and all that jazz. Let us know tomorrow. This week, we're talking about Jurassic World Dominion. My name is Tom, and as always, I'm joined with my co-host John.
Hello there.
How are you this
I'm
week?
I'm good. I just can't wait to talk about this film. It's something. How about you?
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts. So, Jurassic World Dominion. Briefly explain the plot for those who don't know.
So 4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, so that's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine once for all whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on the planet and now share the history's most fearsome creatures.
Hmm. Well, okay, so from here, full spoilers. If you haven't seen it,
I mean,
I wouldn't say you should see it, but yeah, what did you think of the film?
well, it's just a weird film. I was about to say, like, how strange the promotion was for the film. Like, it was leading up to something that was really big. It was supposed to be like Endgame or something, like in the
Yeah.
promotion. Just like, oh my God, the dinosaurs, mate. It's going to be quick. Why is it Australian? I don't know why
I
it's
don't even
Australian.
know.
I don't
Apparently in
know.
Australia. Well, I've been seeing on all the buses and stuff. It says like the epic conclusion to the Jurassic era, and I would say this is far from it. I mean, like even the plot that you just read out just now, it promises that we're going to see dinosaurs in society. Like, what does that look like? We really don't get that at all. After the first 20 minutes of the film, it's just the same dinosaurs in one place. In fact, this film isn't even about dinosaurs. It's about locusts. It spends
Yeah.
more time with killer locusts eating crops and scaring children than it does with cool dinosaurs. And
Oh, man.
it's such a disappointment. Like, I wasn't
I,
expecting much, but wow.
yeah, the plot, when I was reading that, I was like, yeah, I didn't promise this at
No.
all. Locust? Yeah, what was it? I just don't know when I saw that, I thought, oh, is it just going to be like a minor inconvenience to the film? Like something that's so small. No, it's played a major role into the film, more screen time than the dinosaurs. Jeez, man, I wanted to see more cool dinosaurs. Wait, here's the thing. How come they haven't used a different animal or insect to do something else? That would be really cool, like spiders or bees. Bees, okay.
Yeah, you really could actually like go crazy with it, but they literally just decided like if they introduced locusts
Locust.
and then like as you say did like spiders and bees and all these like different kind of huge, I imagine like huge scorpions fighting dinosaurs. That would be really cool, but they
Oh my
just
god.
didn't
I
do
would
that. They focused on
I would pay
locusts.
a lot of money to see the huge scorpions fighting a T-Rex.
That would be amazing. That would be so cool.
Why
um
we got plans on.
At the end of last week, you promised us all a good old laugh.
Okay.
So please, before we continue, tell us what made this
Right.
film so fun to watch at the cinema for you.
So, okay. So we have to go way before seeing the film. I was with my
Okay.
family. I went to go get some Wagamama because we were celebrating finishing my exams. So I was like, yeah,
Well
let's go,
done.
let's go.
Woo!
Yeah, pat on my back. Yeah. So my dad was booking tickets because it was out of the blue. He was like, hey, do you want to see Jurassic World tonight? I was like, I don't know. But then he was like, well, what are you going to do at home? I was like, fine. We'll go see Jurassic World. I kind of regret that decision, but he was booking the tickets and he was like, oh shoot, the movie's gonna start in 15 minutes. So then I had to chug down my Diet Coke. And then we got into the movie. The movie already started. This never
Oh
happened
no.
to me in my life.
Oh
The
wow.
movie started. It was like 10 minutes into the film. So then my mom went to the toilet and we sat down in our seats and we just don't know what was happening. We just saw Bryce Dallas Howard just getting this dinosaur to safety or something with a team. That's what I got to. And then we were waiting for my mom. I was like, where is she? Can't she find us? And then I saw her like poking out at the far right. We were on the far left. Like the door that you go, like the entrance into the cinema. We saw
Yeah.
like her head poking out and then she just left. I was like, what's she doing? So then I was like, I'm not going to miss anything. So then I walked out trying to find her. Said, no, you're in the wrong movie. I was like, no, this is Jurassic World Dominion. Like, no, that screen 8 is starting. That screen 8 is like, no, mom, this is the book. This is the screen. This is the super screen. We're booked for the super screen. No, John, this is number 8. We're going for the number 8. I'm like, fine. Okay, so I told my mom this is the right screen. I was right. We went in, and then 5 minutes later, there was people talking. There was this one kid like, oh my god, there's dinosaurs! Oh my god! And I was like, come on, I'm trying to watch the film. And then he would not shut up, like, oh my god, he's the baddie! Oh my god, mom, he's the baddie! And no one could shut him up. No one can shut him up. So then I had to turn my influence off and just try to lip read much as possible what's happening in the film.
Really?
And just like, yeah. So then
Wow.
I don't think I missed any dialogue at all. So then my mom was like, do you want to move to the seats over there? So I was like, yes. So there was like this great row of seats. And then throughout the film, that's where the fun begins. My mom was just laughing at everything about the film. Next to my dad, he was like super confused what was going on. Me, I was both. I was just like, what? Okay. And then laughing at some of the stuff that was just atrocious. Like, and that was a fun experience. And then they got free posters. I had to get the free poster because look, it's Chris Pratt on a horse. But this is amazing. So
it's Chris Pratt on a horse, guys. Come on.
So
we love posters of potentially homophobic people on horses.
Oh, what?
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. Just Chris Pratt might not be a good guy. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you.
I'm
sorry.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, homophobic guy. I don't like it. Anyway, I got out the cinema. I got the free poster. I showed my mum in the car. I was like, "Look, it's him on a horse." And then she said, "He was on a horse." I was like, "Yeah." Going to my realization that she missed 10 minutes of the film, so we just laughed so hard, just like you just missed 10 minutes of the film. He was on a horse. That was a fun.
Wow,
and horrible
amazing
experience.
I mean, it sounds so much better than my experience, which was just pain the whole time. I just didn't like the film at all. I wouldn't say you missed anything in that in the first kind of bit that you missed, but I would kind of argue that you might have missed the best part of the film. So
oh really?
There's basically a news report which kind of covers the events of what happened in the last film, and it shows like various like clips of dinosaurs living among the humans. And genuinely, that is like the most interesting part of the film because it does like show what it's like with dinosaurs living among us. But do you remember they released the opening scene on the internet?
Yeah, so I got
and
that.
It was no, that scene's not in the film.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that doesn't happen. The whole like dinosaur, like, isn't it? I can't remember, but is it a T-Rex going to like a drive-in movie experience?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Like I was expecting that to be the opening scene and be like, oh well, I've seen this before, and then it didn't happen, and I was like, what? Why did they like?
What?
That's so strange.
Why would they promote that?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
That scene alone must have cost, like, think about this. The film, I don't know what the budget was. That must be millions for that scene.
Exactly. Okay, the budget is apparently 165 million US dollars. That's so this is the most expensive Jurassic Park film. For reference, the first Jurassic Park was 63 million. It's 100 million more than the first one cost.
Wow. I can't tell because with the CGI, there was some atrocious.
Oh, the CGI. My God. Okay. So the only positive that I can give this movie, and I mean this, is that whenever they use practical effects for the dinosaurs or for the locusts, it looks great. And it feels like they used practical effects more than they did in the first Jurassic World or in Fallen Kingdom. It felt like they genuinely, took on that criticism and started using practical effects more. Obviously, it didn't look as good as the original Jurassic Park, but what does? But honestly, so often the dinosaurs hold no weight. They're literally just CGI things, and they're not scary. They're literally just like, it just looks like they're like all the actors are standing looking at like a tennis ball, on a stick, and that's like that's what they turn to the dinosaurs. Like obviously that's the same in the original Jurassic Park, but like that film, that was so groundbreaking. That was so like, incredibly like important. Whereas this doesn't like push any bounds, doesn't do anything new.
Yeah, I wasn't even scared by the dinosaurs. Like in Jurassic Park, as you said, like it was more grounded. It was more terrifying to see those velociraptors or that
Mm.
T-Rex and like in the rain, just like crashing the car down. But this film was very forgettable. There was so many wasted stuff, right? So the story itself is so stupid. It was so messy with like everything it was happening at once. Like Blue and Maisie, that was the weakest part of the film. I wasn't really interested what was happening. Like in Fallen Kingdom, that was that huge plot twist that Maisie was a clone, and we thought, oh, the grandfather is the father. But then in this one, it was just what? Why?
The twist this time is that Maisie isn't a clone, so she wasn't like, genetically engineered. So Blue, the dinosaur, has the DNA of a certain lizard which can reproduce without a mate. So Blue literally gives birth to Beta, which is just like a smaller clone of Blue. And it seems like the same thing happened with Maisie. Her mum literally just gave birth to her without a father, without any of that. And they never really explain this. We don't explain like, oh, did Maisie's mum splice herself with lizard DNA? Like, how does that? Basically, Maisie is Anakin Skywalker. She is Jesus Christ. She's the Immaculate Conception, and she is the most important being on the planet.
I don't know. It was just too confusing. Like, why would they change that? That would be so more interesting to see what was that about.
It's so
Um,
unengaging. Like the characters in this film are so boring. I cannot
it
believe
is.
they brought back the original trio. They brought back Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and all three of them are so boring. I didn't enjoy seeing them. Like whenever they would appear and the shot would linger on them and it would like, the music would swell and it'd be like, oh, look, they're back. And it doesn't like further any of their stories. They're only really there for marketing. It was
Yeah.
Oh, it was so incredibly. And Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt have always been boring characters in this franchise, but they're even more boring here. They spend the whole time being like, "Oh, Maisie's our daughter," when we
Oh
haven't seen
no,
this.
Maisie!
But their relationship is so unbelievable, and you don't even get the sense that Maisie likes either of them at the beginning. And then by the end, she's like, "Oh, mother, father," and it's like, "Oh, it's so forced. I hate it."
It just ruins everything about the ending in Fallen Kingdom. You know, when Maisie opens the gate for the
Ugh.
dinosaurs, she said that she's a clone, and then the dinosaurs are kind of like clones, so they're kind of like her.
Yeah.
So doesn't that ruin like the whole point of that? Then
Yes, absolutely it does. Like she literally let them all go because she's like, we can't kill them because they're alive, just like me. And I, like she has this whole like character arc, and now it's like, well, that conflict was never there in the first place. So you let them all out because you thought that you'd been genetically engineered when apparently that's not the case. And now they're all free and roaming and presumably killing people. I don't know. It's unclear.
yeah, and
As I said, it doesn't really explain, it doesn't really show the dinosaurs in the actual world.
oh, that would be so interesting. Like, imagine a Jurassic World film where there's like different perspectives of like people, living around Earth, seeing like the dinosaurs. Like, it would be like kind of horror-esque, but like,
Hmm.
like a slice of life, but like with dinosaurs.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that would be really, really cool. And what they do, they literally every single film is just doing Jurassic Park again. Even like when you come to the Lost World, it's Jurassic Park on a different island. In Jurassic Park 3, it's Jurassic Park on the same island. Jurassic World, it's Jurassic Park but bigger. Fallen Kingdom, it's Jurassic Park in a house. And this is just a Jurassic Park again in like
Jurassic
another.
Park in Bison.
Yay! The guy who plays Richard Parker in Amazing Spider-Man is here, and he is the worst villain I've ever
Oh
seen.
my god.
I don't remember the villain's name's Bridgeson or something. Apparently, he's in
Um,
the first film, but
yeah, he
like
was.
he was so boring. Oh my god.
I don't know what the performance direction on this. Like, I bet he was like told like by Colin, just like, okay, you're tired, you're sick of life, and you don't care about dinosaurs. Got that? But what about the
and all
don't
and,
care?
and also you're Mark Zuckerberg from the Social Network.
Oh my god, yeah, he was just like nothing. Oh yeah, there's the weird part. I remember when I don't know which one he was talking to. He was talking to this some security guard, and then security guard was like, "There's some problems about it," and then he just responded with the like that.
Yeah, it's just like, and his death, they're literally just copying the death of that guy from the first film, the guy who steals all the data and then like, gets killed by the ones who like spray acid in his face. Like he even like says like, oh, what's your story? Like halfway just before he's killed. And it's so like, so none of this film feels genuine. It doesn't feel like it has anything to say about anything. You know, it doesn't do anything, doesn't push anything. It really is just there as literally like such a depressing ending to like honestly, after this, I kind of understand why Disney got rid of Colin Trevorrow as the director for episode 9 of Star Wars. Like, I've read his leaked script and it's amazing, but still, if this is what episode 9 of Star Wars could have been, I'm glad that we have Rise of Skywalker. I hated this so much. Not even the music. Not even the music had anything.
Oh yeah, the music.
They didn't even play the Jurassic Park theme once.
What?
And that, you might you might think like, oh, okay, did they replace it with anything? No. It's just generic music with a couple of like notes from the Jurassic Park theme thrown in. It's disappointing it's so disappointing that such an incredible film directed by Steven Spielberg has spawned this. I would say this is the worst one. Like,
yes,
this
I agree.
Bad film.
Bad. Yes, everything is so bad about it. They could have like explored more dinosaurs and okay, here's the thing. You know, like as you said, like this is like the same thing over and over again. It's the same thing for the villain. Same comeuppance.
Yeah. Every villain just kind of gets eaten by or killed by dinosaurs in some capacity.
Yeah. I mean, there was one good scene that I really liked in Jurassic World. You thought I was going to say Jurassic World Dominion. But plot twist is, yeah. Anyway, so with Jurassic Park, there was a really good death scene for, I forgot his name. He was like hunting this velociraptor and then he gets ambushed by it and he says, good girl. And then he gets killed by the
clever girl.
Yes.
I mean, just like the plot was also so pointless. There's this whole sequence where they go to some country, Malta. Sure, and like they literally just have like a chase sequence and then leave. That's the only point. They bring back one of the guys from Jurassic World, you know, like Owen's friend.
Yeah.
They bring him back for some reason. I don't know why. They have like another motorbike raptor chase, like the whole thing. And like I want Kayla, DeWanda Wise's character, who is like a pilot. She comes in and she helps them for literally no reason. And there's literally 2 times when Owen's like, why are you helping us? And like, we just don't really get an answer. She's just helping because she has like a guilty conscience, but we never see the guilty conscience in play. Like, the film is, it's so,
yeah.
It's so lazy.
And you know, there's one funny thing that I just couldn't stop laughing. You know, in Malta, when there's that chase from the velociraptors. Oh yeah, I don't like that woman who got that laser. That was so lazy.
Oh yes, lazy. Like a pun. Okay.
She was incredibly lazy. I just didn't get the appeal to like. I can get why they took it from Fallen Kingdom with that velociraptor type dinosaur.
The Indoraptor. A mix between the Indominus Rex and the Raptor.
My God. For this chase sequence, I just couldn't stop laughing. So there was this guy on the scooter, and he just gets eaten. You're probably thinking this is messed up.
Oh yeah, it's just a guy on a scooter.
Yeah, he was like riding the scooter. Wow, these massive T-Rex of dinosaurs walking around in Malta, and he was like riding the scooter, and he did not realize what was happening. He was
John,
like riding it, and he just took a peek, and he was like, "Oh God, dinosaurs! They just get big, they just get chomped."
Listen, John, he had to get to work. You know, he had a tight schedule. He had to get. Doesn't matter if there are dinosaurs. He's got to go. He's on his scooter. He's got to.
Oh my God!
He's got to go. Oh man, no, that was amazing.
And I don't know why they decided to do like another Jurassic World place. Bryson. It just ruins. Like, come on, get a new original story. Come on, like, don't be like rebooted or anything. But Jurassic World Dominion.
At least Fallen Kingdom tried to do different things. You know, it tried to have like these horror sections in this house, like. But you know, it had like the island exploding. None of it made sense. It wasn't good, but it was at least trying something different. This doesn't try a single new thing. You know, it literally splits the characters up. Like, why does it split Bryce Dallas Howard from Chris Pratt and DeWanda Wise. There is no reason for that to happen because they literally just reunite like almost immediately. The only reason they have that is so you can have this scene where Bryce Dallas Howard is kind of like submerged in this algae water while a dinosaur is kind of like, stalking her. But like all the new dinosaurs as well, they're so boring. Oh, great, you gave them feathers. Oh, this one is Lady Deathstrike apparently and has really long nails. It's like it's so boring. Like,
Oh, and also I remember this huge promotion about this new dinosaur in the film. I was like, oh, okay.
yes,
The Gigasaurus.
Colin Trevorrow called it the Joker.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, oh, this new
Oh
dinosaur
yeah.
is like an agent of chaos, like the Joker. And everyone's like, what? It's a dinosaur. But it's barely in it. It doesn't do anything. And
It's just
literally...
it's just a dinosaur. It's nothing special. Like, okay, there was a really good thing about the Indominus Rex. In that one, that was really good. Like, it was different with the T-Rex splicing with the DNA. But this one, it's just a T-Rex, but bigger.
Yeah, like the thing about like, the other Jurassic Park films is that you have one big dinosaur threat like the Indominus Rex, and then other dinosaurs are kind of there along the ride. But in this film, it's just like 1,000 dinosaurs, and there isn't like one kind of main one they're running from. If anything, they're not running from dinosaurs at all. They're running from burning locusts. It's so like, I don't even know. And there's Bridgeton, he sets all the locusts on fire and they're all like flying everywhere. But none of it, you never think the characters are in danger. They literally like climb up a ladder so slowly that the dinosaur can't even get to them. Like, and it's like, you don't think that they're in danger ever. And then there is a scene where they punch the dinosaur. Literally, the dinosaur is stuck and they're like stabbing it. That's ridiculous. Like,
Wait,
it makes it so unfunny. Oh, when they're all like, they've all climbed the ladder and they're in like this kind of like room, and then it smashes through the glass, and then they're like, and then
oh yeah,
and then DeWanda Wise's character shoots the dinosaur with a tranq dart, and then Owen goes up to it and starts stabbing it with a knife. It's like,
bro,
what
the hell?
What's happening? Like, it
it's
makes it
just
so unintimidating. Like, it's no longer scary.
Yeah, let's talk about like the trio. Yeah, what you talked about the trio, but I want to talk about the trio for a bit. Like, there's one line you said this last week.
Oh,
this one line. Yeah, talking about he's.
Keep it together, John. You can do this. I believe in you.
Okay. He slid into my DMs.
Any character saying that, but the fact that it's Laura Dern,
Laura Dern,
Oscar-winning Laura Dern, literally said that.
Dern.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, they are literally there. Okay, so Sam Neill and Laura Dern spend the entire thing looking for locusts, and they barely have any encounters with dinosaurs. There's this weird like Indiana Jones-esque sequence in these caves, but it was so like poorly shot with no kind of tension. And there's even like a little Indiana Jones moment where Sam Neill tries to grab his hat and a dinosaur eats it. But it's like, to liken this to Indiana Jones is like just not fair at all. You think about Indiana Jones, like in all the sequences where you have like bugs and rats and stuff and snakes, like those are like full of tension and can be pretty scary. But these weren't like at all. In those sequences, I feel like, oh, my skin's crawling and I can feel them. But like in this, like I never felt, not the locusts, not the dinosaurs, never felt fear or any tension for any of it. And Jeff Goldblum, he just spends the whole time making weird, inappropriately timed jokes. Like, I don't even know.
Hear them.
There's one where he says, I had a dog that humped me so much that my shin is permanently injured. Why is that relevant, Jeff? Why?
Did Amy Schumer write that?
Yeah. It really seems so.
It does sound like what Amy Schumer would say.
Yeah. It was just, and all the comedy, and every time there was comedy, everyone in the cinema would just be like, nobody laughed. Like none of it was
nobody
funny.
Laughed. Yeah, nobody
none
laughed.
None of it was good. Like none of it was witty. It was just like, and like all the characters were so baseline, so one-dimensional. They only had like one trait about them. I just.
And there's. Can I just? Oh my god! There's one bit that I just couldn't stop also laughing was when the trio and Maisie were in the car and they were driving, and then these locusts just fell from the sky. I don't know why, just like from fire. They
Yeah.
fell from the sky, again a car crash, and then the car just falls into, and then and then Owen and the pilot and Dallas Howard, I don't know what's the name anyway. I lost interest in the film. Like, so
Fair enough.
they see the car crash and they just hear screaming and they go, wait, can you hear that? Bro, it's there. The car crash is there. How can you not see them? You could
How
like
can you
run
not
up
hear
to
the
them,
car?
but no, they could be in danger. They could be dying. They could be. What do you mean, Chris Pratt?
How is it? How is it that the car rolls down the hill and it comes exactly where Chris Pratt, DeWanda Wise, and Bryce Dallas Howard are, and nobody is hurt? Like,
That could
come
have been
on.
like a really terrifying thing for the
Yeah.
team. You like make it, intense. But no, everyone survives. Jeff
Like,
Goldblum, I don't know how he
Well,
survives.
everyone in this film is invincible, and not in the cool Fast and Furious way, in the way that like Chris Pratt
Everyone.
literally falls into an ice-filled lake and just doesn't get eaten. And then he doesn't have hypothermia. He's fine. Like, you thought it was bad in the last film that he survived volcanic ash when he was running off a cliff. Oh, that's fine. This time he survives sub-zero temperatures. And like, there are like even characters from the last film who are there for like 2 seconds and then just don't do anything for the rest of the film. The whole thing is just so lazy and so boring and so uninteresting. And I just wish that they never made any sequel. Maybe you can make The Lost World, but I wish they hadn't made any sequels after that, because it's just it's so disappointing.
It is atrocious. Like, this film, I just laughed at like the most stupidest and atrocious stuff. Like, the camera work, the cinematography in the action sequences was just horrible. Like, I
Yeah,
just couldn't focus what was happening. Like in the car
it was
chase when
it was edited to shit.
yes, that's a good way of describing it. The editor, I don't know what you were on, like making this. Like, did you just like make it wait? Oh my god, I just don't want to get into it. Like, so there's that sequence where Bryce Dallas Howard's character gets chased by a velociraptor,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't tell what was happening. Like, from the editing and cinematography, like it was like so messy and just like I couldn't focus. It was just really, really distorted.
Yeah, it really was. What are you gonna give Jurassic World Dominion out of 10?
Too.
I'm going 1, and I'm
Okay, one.
literally,
Yeah, one.
this is my
Yeah.
least favorite film of the year. This is worse than Morbius, because at least
What? Okay.
Morbius had Matt Smith being the best, but this had nothing. If it wasn't for practical effects, this film would have nothing for me. But my God, I really, really disliked it. I hope they never make another one. And
They will,
yeah,
Tom. They will. They will. We know them. We know.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how well is it doing at the box office so far?
115 million worldwide. Not bad, I guess. I
Not
mean,
bad.
it
They
would
need
have
to
to
double
make,
it.
yeah, it would have to make at least like, I don't know, 500 million to kind of break even. But there we go. I mean, thank you everyone for listening. Like it if you enjoyed. I mean, just don't watch this film, please. But subscribe if you want to see more. We've been doing we're doing other summer blockbusters. We've done Top Gun the other week, and we're working our way through the Thor films to get to Thor: Love and Thunder. And we've got a whole lot of other content if you're interested. If you want to give us your thoughts or on Jurassic World or on anything, or give us questions, you can email us outstimefilmpod@gmail.com, and we'll answer it on the podcast, or leave a comment down below. And you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at outstimefilmpod.
Yes. Please don't see the film. If you
It's
don't,
bad.
just
Go and see Top Gun, maybe, or like something
yeah,
else entirely, Light Years Out. Like, just watch something like that.
yeah, or everything, everywhere, or all at once. Something that's
Yes,
that's fresh
exactly.
in the
Yeah, watch
original.
something like that. Yeah.
Be safe. Be good. Don't be like anyone in Jurassic World. Take what you're given.
Give nothing back.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.